Entrepreneurship often demands long hours, difficult decisions, and relentless commitment. Yet, amid the pursuit of building successful businesses, one aspect is frequently overlooked: our own well-being. Our first session explores exactly that, beyond business, health, fitness, and longevity for entrepreneurs. Joining us are the three leaders who have transformed the way individuals and organizations approach fitness and preventive wellness. Please welcome Mr. Sachin Abraham, co-founder Your Fitness, Personalised and TiE 365, along with Mr. Vikram Kapoor, co-founder Your Fitness, Personalised and TiE 365. The conversation will be moderated by Mr. Himanshu Vyas, co-founder TiE 365. Let us all welcome them with a big round of applause.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. I welcome each and every one of you to this panel discussion today on the topic of health, fitness, and longevity. All of us in this room, definitely we've hired a lot of people for sales. We've hired people for operations. We've even hired people for accounts. And not to forget, we also hire people for our household activities that doesn't need our attention. But there is only one thing which cannot be delegated. You cannot hire someone to do workouts for you. You cannot hire someone to eat right on your behalf. And you cannot hire someone to do your steps or to go on a walk on your behalf. Today, we're going to talk about, for the next 25 minutes, we're going to talk about health, fitness, and longevity. And we're going to have this discussion with Mr. Sachin and Mr. Vikram, who are the co-founders of Your Fitness Personalised, North India's second largest personal training gym, and the guys who brought small group personal training in Tri-City. Not to forget, they're also the co-founders of TiE 365, India's premium consultancy company that works with business owners. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Hi everybody. Great to be here amongst all of you and sharing some thoughts with you.
So, I just have one question for the audience before I start with the panelists. How many of you in the last 1 year have told yourself a couple of times that Monday se start karunga apni fitness journey? Can I see hands, please? Okay. So we have a lot of hands, and today we are going to give you actionable steps. So I'm going to start with Mr. Sachin. So, Mr. Sachin, let's say that anyone in this room, they want to start their fitness journey. It's day one for them. They don't have access to gym membership. They don't have access to any fitness regime. What should be their step one?
सबसे basic चीज जो fitness के लिए होता है, which I highly recommend is moving. What we are not worried is we have started losing our movement. अगर आप देखो almost 30-40 years back, we Asians never had lower back and knee problem. But from the time we stopped using the Indian toilets, we have started losing our ankle mobility, hip mobility. And everyone thinks that, a back problem is basically because of the back. No, it's because you have lost the mobility of your hip. A knee problem is not a knee problem, it's basically because you have lost your ankle mobility. So movement is the medicine which anyone can do. So I always recommend anyone, the basic bare minimum is, start movement. Walking is something which is, I always tell you that as a round bar. Kuch nahi karo to at least start with moving.
Okay. So you've told that start with movement, with walking. Can we do a small demo for the people in this room that what's the quickest thing that they can do which doesn't need any gym membership?
As Himanshu initially said, we are gym owners and, but proudly we'd like to call ourselves as trainers. So why every day what we see in people is they can't do a simple movement and you should be worried. You shouldn't be worried. You shouldn't be worried if your business में थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे हो जाता है, bank balance में थोड़ा ऊपर. Something which people are not worried is, if you can't get up and stand without touching something. So we will just try a movement today by just doing 5 reps and see how many people without touching, their chairs can get up and sit. Yeah.
So can we request everyone to please stand up once? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So as Mr. Sachin is going to guide you, we need to follow those
So
instructions.
this is a basic bare minimum requirement which I tell a lot of people now. If you see, we see kids nowadays can't sit this. Yeah, either they're falling all over the place. So the best basic exercise which you can do is, after your movement is just getting up, sitting down in your chair without even touching it. So just touch. Just touch the seat, sit, and get up. That's one. We're doing another round. Touch, again, and get up. 2. Let's do the third count. Touch, and get up. I want you to touch your palms all the way down. 3, 4, touch, and back. 5, last. How much of you have felt that actually it's a challenge? You see, it's a very basic movement. What are we talking about? We're just talking about sit and stand. And the moment I tell you to do 15 reps, you're sore for the next 3-4 days. Now that's something which you need to worry about.
Amazing, Mr. Sachin. Thank you so much for this. So we've just seen that we really don't need any fancy setup. We need to start at our level, wherever we are at. So my next question is for you, Mr. Vikram. A lot of people, when they start their fitness journey, we've seen a lot of people talk about protein. You should eat protein. You must take a recommended allowance जो आपको daily basis पे लेना होता है. So can you just tell us that what's the idea behind it, and are people actually taking the required protein?
No, actually you'll be surprised to know कि जितना North Indians को बोला जाता है कि हम पंजाबी हैं और हम non-veg बहुत खाते हैं. North Indians have the lowest protein intake as per the data. And it's barely 25-30 grams. That's it. बहुत ही कम है. And प्रोटीन के बारे में इतनी कंट्रोवर्सी है और बहुत फस है, बहुत पॉडकास्ट में कोई अच्छा बोलता है, कोई बुरा बोलता है. प्रॉब्लम क्या है कि प्रोटीन इज इम्पॉर्टेंट, बट हम उसको एक बाय एलिमिनेशन प्रोसेस से चलते हैं कि लॉट ऑफ पीपल हैव इश्यूज ऑफ शुगर और दे हैव ट्राइग्लिसराइड्स या कोलेस्ट्रॉल उनका हाई होता है. तो यूजुअली उनको हाई करने वाली चीज़ कार्ब्स या फैट्स होती है. प्रोटीन की बहुत रेयरली एक ऐसा कंपोनेंट है जो हाई नहीं होता बहुत ज़्यादा. वो या तो रोटी चावल या आपका नान पराठे से होता है, आपका जो शुगर हाई होता है, और आपके जो कोलेस्ट्रॉल या ट्राइग्लिसराइड है वो आपके फैट इंटेक से हाई होते हैं. तो अगर आप ये ऑलरेडी ये कार्ब्स और फैट्स खा रहे हैं और उससे आपकी ये लेवल्स हाई हो रहे हैं, तो हम सिंपल एक क्वेश्चन पूछते हैं कि क्या आपको वो ज़्यादा खाना चाहिए या जो चीज़ ये नहीं बढ़ाती वो खाना चाहिए. उसमें 2 ही चीज़ें आती हैं, या सैलेड वेजिटेबल्स या प्रोटीन. सैलेड वेजिटेबल्स से तो आप पेट नहीं भर सकते. ज़्यादा कार्ब्स खाएंगे तो आपकी शुगर बढ़ती है, फैट ज़्यादा खाएंगे तो ट्राइग्लिसराइड बढ़ते हैं, आपका कोलेस्ट्रॉल हाई होता है. तो बाय एलिमिनेशन प्रोटीन ही ऐसी एक चीज़ है जो ना तो आपका कोलेस्ट्रॉल बढ़ाती है ज़्यादा, ना आपका वो फैट्स बढ़ाती है, ना आपके वो ट्राइग्लिसराइड्स बढ़ाती है, ना आपके वो शुगर बढ़ाता है. इट्स साइंटिफिक डेटा, यू कैन चेक इट. बट एंड प्रोटीन के मल्टीपल फॉर्म्स हैं जो लोगों को लेने चाहिए, और ये बाय एलिमिनेशन है. हम ये नहीं बोलते कि आपको प्रोटीन खाना चाहिए. हम ये कहते हैं कार्ब्स तो आप खा ही रहे हैं, फैट्स आप खा रहे हैं, तो उससे आपके लेवल्स बढ़ रहे हैं, तो जो नहीं बढ़ने चाहिए. तो अगर वो हम कम खाएंगे तो उसके अलावा क्या खा सकते हैं हम. सो प्रोटीन ही बचता है उसके अंदर. दैट इज आवर आर्गुमेंट. अपार्ट फ्रॉम कि मसल बिल्डिंग होनी चाहिए, ये वो तो बहुत बाद की बात है. दोज आर मच लेटर, दे कम मच लेटर. They hardly take any precedence. It's just, and society levels, it controls your sugar, it builds your lean body mass, it increases your bone mass. And people who do not work out, I must point out, they also should take protein. People who work out, they take a little more protein. People who don't work out, they also need protein, at least 50 to 70 grams a day. For women, at least 50 to 60 grams. For beginners, for men, at least 80 to 90 grams. People who do workout, they can take a little more.
Okay, so Mr. Vikram, as you told that everyone needs protein irrespective of whether they are working out or they are not working out. So now let's say if someone wants to start including protein in their day-to-day diet, can you just give us some food sources for vegetarians and non-vegetarians specifically?
Basically, what I will do is I'll just give you a template, and based on that template, you can increase or decrease the quantity. So breakfast would be eggs for non-vegetarians. It could be paneer, low-fat paneer. We recommend that. Homemade, bahut acha hai. Low-fat paneer in the morning in breakfast. And in lunch, again, you can go for vegetarians can take big bowl of Greek yogurt or tofu. And for non-vegetarians, they can take chicken or fish. In dinner, again, tofu for vegetarians or low-fat paneer again for vegetarians, and egg or chicken for non-vegetarians. Now, when I say that, a lot of people say, "Yeah, ये तो हम सब कुछ same ही खा रहे हैं." See, the variety will come from carbs and fats. So, variety, you can take your bread in the morning. In the afternoon, you can take a roti or rice or noodles. In dinner, again, same thing, roti, rice, noodles again. And the quantity can increase or decrease. So the first priority should be to complete the protein part and then get the variety from carbs and fats. That's the basic template everybody should follow, non-vegetarian or vegetarian, men or women.
Okay, and a quick follow-up question on this. What about whey protein supplements? Should people take protein supplements in order to increase their protein requirements?
I think जो अभी बताया गया, अगर वहाँ से शुरुआत की जाए तो I think it's better we start with that. Protein supplement is a great tool, but it's an add-on, and I think we should fix the food first and then talk about protein supplements. And it's a great tool when you travel.
A quick question for the audience again. How many of you track your steps on a daily basis? You have your...
बट जैसे आप खड़े रहते हो आपका लार्जर मसल्स एक्टिवेट होता है एंड जो बैठने वाले लोगों में हमने टिपिकली देखा है जैसे कि बहुत लोग जब बैठते हैं उनकी थोरासिक मसल जो होती है वो उसकी मोबिलिटी लूज हो जाती है उसके वजह से बहुत लोगों को हेडेक ट्रिगर होता है सो दैट इज द रीजन आई ऑलवेज से मूवमेंट करने से आपकी बहुत बायोमैकेनिकल इश्यूज आर बीइंग टेकन केयर सो समथिंग व्हिच आई टेल एवरीवन इज 7,000 steps if you are tracking is your bare minimum which you should be doing, on an average. So that will keep your mobility issues, your ankle stiffness, your tightness, that will help you to relieve that.
Okay, and we also have a lot of people in this room, they think that, okay, I've done 1 hour of my exercise, 1 hour of my sports. Do you believe that 1 hour of activity and the remaining 10, 12 hours or 23 hours of inactivity, is that enough?
See, first of all, understand, I always say, weight training is a very important component for everyone. That's non-negotiable. Because आपको एक चीज समझनी है, as you age, आपके बॉडी से 4 चीज कम हो रही है. One is your muscle, second is your bone, third is your skin elasticity, and fourth is your organ functioning. अब ये 4 चीज क्या है? ये metabolic active tissues है. मतलब जैसे जैसे आपका एज हो रहा है, ये कम होते जा रहा है और आपकी कैलोरी बर्निंग एफिशिएंसी कम होते जा रही है और आप कोई भी चीज से इसको कॉम्पनसेट नहीं कर सकते हो। अगर आप ये सोच रहे हो कि आप चल के आप अपने मसल बिल्ड कर सकते हो, आई एम सॉरी, इट कांट बी डन। आप सोच रहे हो कि आप पिलाटेस करके कर सकते हो, नहीं। सो दैट इज द रीजन आई ऑलवेज से, इफ यू लाइक वेट ट्रेनिंग, डू वेट ट्रेनिंग। इफ यू लाइक योगा, डू वेट ट्रेनिंग। इफ यू लाइक पिलाटेस, do weight training. If you like walking, you do weight training. But that's non-negotiable, and this goes especially for women, because women, I train a lot of 60+ women. I have an experience where I was training a 65-year-old female who was recovering from a breast cancer, and 6 months of weight training, her bone density increased by almost 20%. So एक है हम किताबी बातें करते हैं और एक है हम वेट ट्रेनिंग करके जब हम रिपोर्ट्स देखते हैं या ब्लड मार्कर्स देखते हैं, that actually works. So saying that weight training is non-negotiable, but at the same time a lot of people do a tick mark project by just going to a gym. That is the reason a lot of people after doing gym, their body tends to get a lot tighter. The reason is there is no movement. So the flow of your blood has to reach in every part of your body, and that actually helps you to recover much better. So walking, for example, if somebody tells I can't go specifically for a walk, I say you get up after 1 hour, you do for 5 minutes of walk, that's equivalent to 40 minutes of walk in 8 hours. So you are almost walking down over 3,500 steps. So that's also not bad, rather than just sitting at one place.
Amazing, amazing insights. Now let's make it a bit fun. Okay, let's do a lightning disagreement round. So if someone in the next quarter, if a business owner or a busy professional, they just have to choose one, nutrition or workout. Okay, what would they choose? It needs to be short and precise. Mr. Sachin, you go first.
I would choose training. My first component, weight training.
A quick reason for it.
I would prefer, as I always say, it's not about getting a six-pack or a biceps. It is about getting stronger as you age. हर यात्री अपने सामान का जिम्मेदार है. हम यहाँ पे रूम में बैठे हुए एक जनरेशन है जो बच्चों का भी सुनना पड़ रहा है और माँ बाप का भी सुनना पड़ रहा है. इसके बाद वाला जनरेशन, we are on our own. So I've seen females coming to the gym. पहले once they are getting married, husband, फिर बच्चे. By the time they come to the gym, they are broken. And that's the reason I always say, weight training is something which is non-negotiable.
Mr. Vikram, what's your point?
For me, it will be food, nutrition, what you put into your system. All the weight training or exercise, goes to not when you keep eating more calories. And आपने अगर 10,000 स्टेप किए और एक्सरसाइज की और उसके बाद आपने एक पूरा पेपरोनी पिज़्ज़ा खा लिया या आपने एक चीज़ पिज़्ज़ा मार्गेटा खा लिया तो वो बराबर हो जाएगा. And that's a problem. And actually, a lot of times people follow 4 to 5 days or 6 days of very honest routine with their food, and one day, one cheat meal can put you back by almost 10 days. So I'll give you an example where in 1,000 steps if you burn around 40 to 50 calories. So in 10,000 steps if you burn almost 100 minutes of walking, you burn about 500 calories. And it's very simple. 3 to 4 slices of pizza can negate your 10,000 steps in about 5 minutes.
So this is what I say. Weight training is like brushing the teeth. So you brush your teeth, but that doesn't qualify कि आप chocolate भी खा सकते हो, पूरे दिन पिज़्ज़ा भी खा सकते हो और आपका दांत ठीक रहे. So weight training is component. Food also needs to be taken care of. So it's like.
So we could say that both the components are really very important. You have to choose the lowest hanging fruit, whatever is comfortable for you, and then you get on with it. So Mr. Vikram, quickly, we want to have your insights on the most common part. A lot of people in this room, they travel a lot. Okay. Now, if someone is traveling frequently and they are always saying that, "Yaar, ab to main travel kar raha hu, I cannot focus on my fitness." So, what are few quick actionable steps that you can give them?
I think a bit of planning is required. Extremely important for people who are regular travelers in flights. They must make sure that in Indigo में कहाँ क्या अच्छा मिलता है. Basically वहाँ पे almonds, walnuts अच्छे मिलते हैं. So you can, if you are hungry, if you don't have any access to food, that's the best thing. And knowing what is available at what destinations. At Delhi airport, if you are a regular traveler, you will know what healthy places are there, what you can eat. Or if at all, and this all happens with experience and also focusing on your routine wherein, okay, I think if I'm traveling and there is a 3 to 4 hour gap, and where will I eat? So now that happens a day prior. Us time pe and mauke pe you will not be able to figure it out. It needs to be planned. And if at all you're going from morning Shatabdi, although there is very debate about morning Shatabdi's food, but you can carry your own sandwich. That's the best part. And have tea from the Shatabdi. In the Delhi airport, if you're looking for food, try a Subway sandwich without the extra cheese, extra sauce and extra cheese. And if you're a vegetarian, add paneer in it. If you're a non-vegetarian, add chicken. Just an example.
So I always say, fitness shouldn't be sticking to ideal situation. Not so ideal situation में आप क्या कर सकते हो, उसको आप प्लान करना. So इसके लिए it's never zero rule. When you travel, never zero rule is जो आप कर रहे थे. अगर आप पहले 10,000 steps कर रहे थे, 5,000 steps कर रहे थे, तो never zero rule is, if you're staying in a hotel, just walking in the lobby, अगर आप 2000 भी कर रहे हैं, you're still in the plan, rather than not being in the plan. Right? Coming back, मैं चला जाऊँगा, फिर मैं वापस करूँगा, and starting with zero, I always say never be in the zero rule. That's the best approach.
So basically, we don't need a perfect routine. All we need is planning things in advance and then sticking to it and not leaving that side. Okay, now, Mr. Vikram, we have a lot of people in this room. They track their numbers. They're very good with their numbers, sales, operations, whatever numbers. They track everything. But the one thing that they don't track is what's happening inside. What are the few important blood parameters? If someone is above 30, what are the blood parameters that they need to get tested on a regular basis?
I think everybody knows about vitamin D and B12, but they don't know that बहुत बार we ask the clients, so they say I got the vitamin D test done, मेरा वो कम आया था last year, and I ate the supplement for 2-3 months, and now it's okay. Please understand that if vitamin D, we live in North India, you cannot get it through regular sunlight. You have to supplement it, and its vitamin D is like a leaking bottle. You keep replenishing it, it will keep leaking. So you have to regularly keep replenishing it on a regular basis. And for B12, for non-vegetarians, it's still okay. You can replenish it with your food. For vegetarians, very difficult to replenish B12. So these are two vitamins which a lot of people know, but then they don't know that this doesn't get fixed permanently. You need to regularly replenish it on a regular basis. So vitamin D, B12, you need to get tested. Your HbA1c levels, which is for sugar. Your APOB, which basically is your cardio risk, is very, very important. And these days, for thyroid for women and men right now, and ferritin for women, iron, a lot of times post 30-35, women are facing a lot of iron and hemoglobin around 9, 10, 8, it's like that. And they are okay with it. Everybody is very exhausted. Women, we see post 35, we see almost 90% women have low ferritin and low iron levels. Yeah, I think there are many more tests, but I think every 3 to 4 months you need to get tested. And a lot of people are very scared of getting the test done. And it's like, सामने आपके शेरा ना आपने आँख बंद कर ली, it will not work.
If you're joining any gyms, the gyms in 10 years before and now, how it's changed is, any gym who doesn't ask you for your blood reports, it's actually getting dangerous. You see a lot of people are collapsing in the gyms. The reason is, even the fittest persons have started collapsing in the gym. There is a reason and they blame it to the gym. No, it's not the gym. The problem is sleep. If they are not recovering, if they excessive amount of workouts with no sleep can also lead to your ESR and CRP levels higher, and such people tend to collapse. So that's the reason it's mandatory. Like 10 years before and now, as a trainer, we have changed. So anyone walking into gyms, this is something which is mandatory for us to make sure we know their blood markers.
So we are almost about to reach our time limit. One final question to both of you. We are in the era where information is available everywhere. ChatGPT, Google, YouTube. Why do we need to hire a professional for a personal trainer or a dietitian, Mr. Sachin?
See, one thing which you need to understand is implementation का problem है. आज के तारीख में everyone is into the doing business. सबको पता है. But there are very few people who are into the doing business. So the trainers or professionals who are helping you out, they are into the doing business. So the problem is I always say, we have people walking into our gyms. They are 120 kilos, they are 110 kilos, and the first thing which they say is, हमें पता है हमारे body के बारे में. And we say, अगर आपको के बारे में पता होता तो आप 110-120 किलो नहीं होते. So let's do this. So I always say, professionals just don't motivate it. They just don't track it. But for example, nowadays, as I told you in the beginning of the statement, that people come with lower back and knee problems and all this thing. So when you do it under a guidance, you will always do it in the right way, rather than ending it in a wrong way.
And what about the diet?
For the food part, actually, we can give you solutions. The professionals can give you solutions on not so ideal situation. पूरा दिन में ideal situation. Diet is actually, we call it a piece of paper. वो एक कागज का टुकड़ा है. अगर आपका दिन ideal नहीं गया, उस time में what do you do at that time? Your flight got late. Somebody in your family fell sick. What do you do then? What do you eat at that time? How do you solve that? These are daily issues. So we help you with not so ideal situation. Ideal situation में तो आप कर लेंगे. And not so ideal situations they happen every day on a daily basis. प्लस अभी ऐसा टेक नहीं आया जहाँ AI नहीं आया जहाँ वर्कआउट ट्रेनर करे और जहाँ क्लाइंट की बॉडी बन जाए. अभी वो AI नहीं आया और AI का ज़माना है, but we've not reached there yet. So professionals actually keep you more accountable and more honest.
Thank you so much for your insights. They were truly amazing. So that's the whole point. You can't outsource this one section. Someone can design your workout, you still have to train. Someone can guide your food, you still have to make the choices. A watch can count your steps, but you still have to walk. The best doctors can test you, but you still have to show up. Nobody here needs to change everything from day one. You just need to start somewhere. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much.